Now, do you want to hear the theme song again, or are we good?
I'll listen.
All right.
Okay.
Oh.
Ready?
Yep.
2, ready, go. Grab your friends and gather around. Hear the stories when you're down. With songs and smiles for miles. If you're looking for a place to go, I know one hell of a show. There's a place that'll make you glad. Opposite of being sad. DickandDank.com.
Well, welcome back to Dope Discussions with Dick and Dank. We're here in the core Tucky Oasis. Got my good buddy Dick. I parked him underneath a shuffleboard table again, just to make you fear for your life when you're over here.
I'm starting to wonder if there's a plan here.
There is a plan, but it has nothing to do with you being under the table. I'm visually looking below, down here, for the audio setup and close to the Dank cabinet where all our tools and supplies are. That's the whole purpose over here, and away from the heater. So there's a logic to it. If that should happen to fall and it lands on you, not me, I mean, so be it.
Hey, just take care of my wife and kids. Because we're going to go viral if that happens.
Take care of. All right, I'll interpret that how I need to.
Whatever it takes.
We got a very special guest today because we're still stronger with Stogner. 143rd Judicial District, the law east and west of the Pecos. Mom, lawyer, entrepreneur, small business owner, and independent thinker, according to her LinkedIn profile. Welcome, Sarah. Thank you for joining us again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Getting high with Pi Fi this early in the day. I like it.
You listened to our old episode.
I did, right before you got here. It's like getting high with Pi Fi. I mean, why not?
The internet is forever.
It is. So
my sorority sisters are like, damn it, Stogner.
I think you need to tell them, and then they can spread the good word about this show and relive their college days and all the fun they had with Stogner. I mean, they're stronger with Stogner too, I'm sure. Isn't everybody that gets to know you stronger with Stogner?
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, that's the goal.
All right, that's your good sales pitch right there. Everybody's stronger with Stogner.
I agree.
All right. But we're here today for talk to so many things. One, I'm so glad you rejoined us. Did you re-listen to the episode? And if so, no, you didn't re-listen. Have you listened to any other episodes?
No. In confession, I don't ever listen to myself afterwards. And in fact, right now, this morning, there's a couple of people on Facebook who have created fake accounts, and all they're doing is sharing all of my old TikToks on Zombie Well stuff. And it's funny because I don't ever go and watch my old stuff. Like, I put it out there and then I'll engage with the comments.
Yeah.
But I don't go back and rewatch stuff.
I mean, I can understand that. Many people don't like the sound of their voice. Now, with the college degree, I had to get used to that in college because you'd have to, record yourself, edit yourself, make demo tapes, and turn that into your teacher, really. It's basically your homework is editing your voice together and, a smooth transition between songs and reading the weather and whatever not. So that was kind of like your demo tape you had to make. So no breaths and extra words and and those things that make you a better communicator, I guess. But
pretty much me the entire podcast.
Well, whatever. Now, sometimes I'll try and edit those out, the little and ums, but that just gets tedious. So.
I do listen to nearly every podcast, or try to, mostly because I think I really suck at this. And it is helping me get better.
It is, because every episode you get better.
I do think I do get a little bit better,
yeah.
But yeah, so, and sometimes they're funny. And I like to go back and go, oh, that was good. Oh, that was stupid. Don't say that shit again. Usually there's a lot of that.
Now my perspective is obviously a different one because I have to listen to the episode because I have to edit it and put it back on. So I have to edit it and listen to it repeatedly. But I don't know. We record it and I forget what we said. And I'm like, I never really feel good about an episode when we're done. But then when I listen to it, it's like, all right, I laugh. It's like, all right. But nothing's really funny and entertaining to me because most of the shit I said is like, well, I would have thought of that. So, I mean, it's not funny to me because that's what I would have said because I did. So it doesn't really entertain me, but I also don't listen to a lot of podcasts. So my issue is, does anybody else find any entertainment value in this? Now, our distant assistant Dank says we're pretty good. Obi-Wan says he listens to us, but one, he's in my support group, so he's supporting me. And the distant assistant's my sister, so I'm like, is anybody really listening to us?
Yeah, I think people do listen to us.
But every time we get somebody on the show, you'd think somebody who wants to be on the show is listening. Nobody's ever really listened to us.
That's true. Maybe we
true.
do suck.
You know, Just Joe listened to us. He was listening to us. But anyway, the whole point of us trying to partner with you, though, is because we have a shared interest of trying to educate the world, the community, about cannabis and the healing powers, the medical benefits, the great, awesome power that everybody can get from cannabis. Now, last episode, you mentioned how it makes you a better mom, makes me a better in customer service, makes me a better husband, father. I mean, I use it for my mental stability, so I don't have to rage out on people and get angry. You know, it is literally my medicine. You know, people joke, it's like, no, I'm going to go medicate. It's like, yeah, I'm going to go get high. But no, I'm really medicating because it makes me a better person. It makes me there for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There,
Yeah.
Sorry, I was thinking about the backstory of rage and stuff that you've been telling me lately, and it works for you, but other people need to try it around here, apparently.
And so we're trying to spread the word. So you don't have to go see a doctor. You don't have to go, get a prescription medication for, whatever the anxiety and the depression or whatever. You can smoke cannabis or at least try it and see how that treats your anxiety. Now people start to feel. Now the biggest issue was taking that conversion. When I talk to the doctor, when I'm getting the pills, I'm like, all right, the pills, I'm struggling with trying to find the right one, right? So the depression's still there. You're on the wrong pill. It's even worse. This is miserable. I can smoke weed and feel better. Why can't I just smoke weed? She's like, well, you can. You just can't run it through insurance. I'm like, well, then fuck.
Right.
I'm going to do that.
I have been seeing that the federal government is talking about paying for CBD for seniors on Medicaid.
So we're getting somewhere.
We are. Yeah, I don't know if that's the Schedule 1 or, Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. I don't know if they're related or not. I would assume they're related, but I don't know.
Well, I like to think we're
Probably.
stronger with Stogner because she's a lawyer and hopefully she's on our side. She's at least got the same views on cannabis as we do. And here today to speak to the expert because they have rescheduled cannabis, federally, which is finally federal action that can affect all of us all over the country. And so they've rescheduled it. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say it hasn't actually gone into effect yet, right?
Right.
So Donald Trump back in December made an executive order that said we're going to do this,
Right.
but that's not actually how the law works.
Correct.
So we still right.
We're
but
waiting.
So explain to
we're
us how it
waiting,
works.
But
Yeah.
all indications are that it'll get rescheduled, and then at the same time, we've got this ticking clock on making everything illegal. That's totally going to kill the hemp and CBD
Right. So
business with that deadline.
I have my own projections or assumptions, but with this president, I can't assume anything. But my issue one was, all right, he assigned the executive order and we have to wait. What are the odds or the chances of the things that could happen from now until then to even stop that from going into effect?
Yeah, you know what? I think it's already in court, right? I think it's something's pending at the appellate level, and so at any point Congress can act, right? People can sue. So I think all of that's going to happen. But bottom line, even if it does get rescheduled, all that means is that people can then have a drug that can go through the testing like any other prescription drug, and then it will be prescribed. It doesn't magically mean that you're going to see cannabis in the pharmacy.
Gotcha.
Right.
So you still have to go through like approval, CDC approval of what any other prescription drug has to go through at that point.
Now, but
And then,
the
right, they're
scheduling
putting it in the
wasn't.
hands of big pharma.
But this wasn't even cannabis, so this was just hemp. They're not even talking about cannabis. Yes, they were just rescheduling.
No, they've done both.
Oh, they
No,
banned
no,
hemp.
no,
They banned
it's
hemp, and they
THC.
rescheduled cannabis. Is that what we're saying, right?
They're talking about rescheduling THC.
Okay.
Okay. So that you could then, because right now, as is, if you're still 0.3% by dry weight, less than that of THC, it's legal until whatever that deadline is, September 1st to November 1st. I can't remember what it was. But in the future in 2026, if anything has more than 0.3%, it could then be rescheduled. But you're about to take all that hemp stuff that potentially has more than 0.3% of any type of THC and make it completely illegal. So you've got these two things coming legally at the same time, essentially, the rescheduling and that more
Yeah.
recent federal legislation that matches what I was complaining about Texas trying
Right.
to do last spring.
Right.
Okay.
Because the hemp does so much for the agriculture and the different products that you can make out of it. Now, granted, I agree that I think there needs to be some control about the products they're making and selling in the gas station, whether distilling it and making them stronger or as strong as the stuff you can find in the dispensary. Now, I feel that those products should be more readily available, but at a gas station unsupervised, maybe not the best place to sell those where nobody knows what you're getting or what you're buying or where it came from. So
Right.
those things scare me. That I understand needs some regulation. But as far as the product itself, I don't think we should ban hemp. I think we should control it better, regulate it better, but use
Right.
it
And what
better.
they're trying to do, really what they're concerned about is the intoxicating effects. They
Right.
don't care if we have heavy metals or pesticides, like,
Right. Right.
whatever. Just don't get any of the good stuff.
Right.
And that's what's so infuriating is no, I always go back to this is a plant. God gave us this plant. And there are so many different benefits that can potentially come from it. It just like anything else, we need transparent labeling, accountability for how it's grown and processed, and then you let adults make a decision about what they put in their own bodies. And that's the bottom line, right? And
Right.
instead, what we have is elected officials who, just like every other topic, use fear and anger, and that incentivizes people to act. And so they're polarizing and they're trying to create controversy and they're trying to create problems to solve for us that results in their buddies getting contracts
Right.
and making money. And this is not at all to let grandma grow medicine.
All right. And they're doing that. But what's scary is they're doing that all over the country in every facet of everything. You know, there's no control. There's no regulation. Hey, buddy, you're my friend. Let's taking away vaccines from kids. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
It's like, oh, you don't need that. I forgot what the vaccine was they took away. It was like something malaria or something. I don't know, something. Basically, we've been getting forever and have stopped it. And now it's rising up because, like, oh, you don't need that vaccine. Now look at you, idiot.
I can't keep up.
Measles.
Measles,
I mean,
yeah.
I think they're still keeping measles, but there's been, right, like, fear. They're fear mongering.
Is there so last
What are they? They're distracting from something, or are they just crazy and they're like a kid in a candy store and they just want to put their hands on everything and change everything because he's a crazy monster in my opinion. But you know, he just wants to affect everything and disrupt everything. Is that because he's crazy and a lunatic, or is that because he's secretly drawing your attention away from his ultimate plan somewhere, or somebody's ultimate plan, Republican ultimate plan, whatever the ultimate secret society is going on with this shit show we got going on?
Well, you know, my theory is that the two-party system, it's a duopoly. And if you go back to the principles of economics, you have a duopoly that's run by oligarchs, which are the billionaire donors who control it. And they give voters the appearance of a choice.
Right.
But they don't actually have a choice. And the people that are making those choices are the billionaires.
Right.
I mean, just look at the current Texas governor's race, right? We've got the incumbent who has $100 million in his campaign account, and a couple of other Republican challengers who have max 100,000 and 3.5 million primary voters in the state of Texas. And what the political science and the consultants will tell you is you need 3 to 5 contact messages with a primary voter for them to start having name recognition. And it can take up to 25 contacts with a voter to change their mind from one candidate to another. And 90 something percent of the time we reelect the incumbent because it's all about name recognition.
And that's what's sad is the whole voting process has nothing to do with anything we're voting for. It's just they go in there, they want to do their part. I want to vote, but they're sheep. This is a name I recognize, so it must be the right name. That's sad as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, Trump's a good name. Let's vote for Trump. I stayed at that hotel once. It had gold handles on the faucets.
I have voted nearly in every election for an independent,
Yeah.
even if I didn't agree with them. I mean,
I'd
maybe
like to
that's
see
stupid. I don't know.
independents have
but-
a chance.
Well, we need that third party to balance it, start
Right.
to balance it out.
We don't need parties anymore. We needed parties in the
That's fair.
1800s when people didn't have access to information to make their own decisions.
Right.
What
Well,
we
they
need
have access
now-
and they're still not making their own decisions.
Right. So, and so what we need now is we need people to understand the actual numbers of the primary game. We have 20 million voters in the state of Texas. and only about 7 million will participate. 3.5 million will participate in the Republican primary, and 3.5 million will participate in the Democratic primary. But for statewide office, no Democrat has held a statewide office since the 90s. So
Jeez.
yes, I think eventually that will flip in Texas, but for the time being, if you're running as a Democrat for statewide office, it's a vanity project,
It's like, good
right?
luck.
Like,
Yeah.
It's the same as
so
running for a Republican in Illinois, just for the record.
yep, right.
Which is fucked up. So okay, so the party
That's why I
thing
don't
from a
enjoy
long time
politics
ago
at all.
That's fair. Are you saying that the parties were important back then because you could figure out who held most of your values based on their party, and it was
Yeah,
easy?
I
I
think
gotcha. Okay.
yeah, back in the day, right, when you didn't have access to information and you were wondering, okay, am I more like it's on we're recording on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, right? Like
Right.
he was a
Yep.
Republican, right? Lincoln was a Republican. Do we value personal liberty, small government, fiscal responsibility, individual responsibility, law and order? Like letting adults make their own decisions, keeping the federal government out of states' businesses, letting people vote locally and being able to control their government. Back when the death penalty was the local county judge and he had to see you at church,
Yep.
and you know what I mean? Like we've so lost sight on everything from justice to schools to religious freedom, right? Like it's really sad to me that now what you have is a party that doesn't actually espouse certain values. It weaponizes certain fears, and that's what mobilizes people is fear and anger, and it those are the when people are happy, it doesn't rile engagement, right? It doesn't
Yep.
rile action. And so if you're trying to get people to do something, you have to get into those primal instincts. And so now, again, billionaires weaponizing social media, weaponizing messaging,
So the root of it all is
and
money every time.
yeah, and you always just have to find out who. Like perfect example, our governor was so anti TikTok. We're going to get rid of TikTok, ban TikTok. He then gets like a $7 or $8 million donation from a guy named Jeff Yaz, who is the TikTok owner in the U.S. of whatever. And magically, no one's heard from Greg Abbott about TikTok since. Like,
No.
shocking.
Hmm.
Dan Patrick, and who's our lieutenant governor and who oversees the Senate, when Ken Paxton, our attorney general, was getting impeached for improperly using state funds and resources for helping out his friends. He gets a $7 or $8 million donation, overseeing the Senate and rules on some ridiculous things. But this is a former disc jockey who got a vasectomy live on the air.
Wow.
So, like
Ugh.
that's who's in control in Texas.
I don't
Oh,
want
wow.
to see your vasectomy.
I
live
mean,
on air,
I
just
got
for the
one, but
record.
I don't do it on air.
No.
I mean, they're just trying to show how easy and simple it is to trying to promote people to get vasectomies.
I don't know.
He's
Ask
surely
Jane
not
Doe.
Catholic then, because that's a major sin.
Right.
Yeah.
And contrary to what everybody's all the rich people are pushing now, that we're population collapse.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think they're saying white people are going to population collapse, right? We have more
Oh.
people on the planet than we need.
Yes.
All right. So, I can agree with you that, this political system was, now granted, we're Americans, blah, 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 what we're built on, and we're keeping that and I can agree with that. It's what we're built on, what we are, what we believe in. But again, that was hundreds of years ago. Times have changed. Things have changed. There was no internet, so much has changed. How do we change and shape the country moving forward? Like you said, if the party system is out of date, I mean, we have a lunatic in
How
the
do you
office
fix
now
it?
that could change that, but we don't want his he wants a king rule. He wants his say and his name on everything, which is, again, I don't know how we stop. How, given the country we have now and all these processes in place, how does he get where he is today? Because he has the money, or his backers have the money, and they're all making money. And that's,
She
again,
explained
it's
it.
disgusting. Yes, but
Oligarchs.
how are we
duopoly.
going to change that though? As the people
Well,
that our vote doesn't matter.
I think it starts with people who understand the problems running and getting elected locally like I did, right? And it starts with getting into school boards and district attorney offices, and then you make sure once you get into office, You can align with people and you can promote policy and you can use your voice and that leadership position to tell people about the problems and to be honest and not just be another robot for the party, right? Like I got elected as a Republican, but I'm not loyal to party members. I'm loyal to my principles and my morals and what I think is right. And so you just have to get other people to do that. And it's possible. And the good thing is that social media now, you don't have to have a ton of money. If you're smart and you know how to use it, you can have an audience, right? And you can become known and you can become elected.
Right.
You just have to start small.
Okay. Then now we have this message, we have this instruction, we have this game plan right here on this episode, Dick and Dank. Now, how do we get Dick and Dank out there for everybody to listen? And because that's what we were talking about. All these, you were talking about X and all these anti-cannabis and whatever. They have these politicians and regulators and advisors or whatever. They're all promoting anti-cannabis and supporting it, for all money. It's like, well, how do we get to be the voice of pro-cannabis and be the the advocates for cannabis and have everybody support? We want this to be our full-time job. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know anybody rich in Texas that'll bankroll us, Sarah?
So we're looking for advertisers. We're looking for support. We added a donate button on our website. So we got to start somewhere. So now you can donate to dickanddank.com. One, to get our message a little more professional. We get a studio instead of the Kentucky Oasis. But lift us up, help us get a little bit better at what we're doing so we can spread the good word to everybody, make cannabis an everyday use for anybody that needs it and easy to get and change the shape of the country right here.
Then we could fly Sarah up here to do it live.
Yes. Absolutely.
With the Dick and Dank jet.
Dick and Dank jet.
Wouldn't that be awesome? So, okay. So
Put you in charge of that.
All bullshit aside, has anything changed in Texas since we talked to you last?
When did we talk?
August.
Episode 33.
I think it was in August. It was just before. Let's see. Yeah, it was in August.
Think so. Yeah, no special sessions, right? It's all been federal. We had Trump announce in December that he wanted it to be rescheduled. There's an assumption that that's going to happen in the next few months. We've got this appeals court it's stayed right now. So nothing's changing. Nothing's changed as far as the law. And I think since then we've moved on to Venezuelan oil and taking over Greenland, right? So
I wonder what the weed is like in Greenland.
Green, I'm going to say.
I'm betting not.
I'm going to say non-existent.
You're probably right. There's only like 200 people or 200,000 people on the whole
island. Well, they got
I
weed
think.
then. There's a greenhouse somewhere. They're growing weed.
You would think.
You can't tell me Greenland has no weed.
But it's very cold, remember?
There's a greenhouse.
I was in Iceland.
Where they ship it in.
And I saw greenhouses full of weed. Now, it might have been hemp, but it was definitely some sort of cannabis.
I like it.
That was kind of cool. That was right by, we did a one of those hot springs.
I haven't done my homework. Is cannabis found in all over the world, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Every country?
Yes.
Legal in what percentage of the countries?
Oh, geez. I didn't do my research.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh.
We'd have to look that up.
Because we're not even.
I can tell you there's a lot of places in the world where it's really not legal and they'll do very bad things to you.
Really?
Russia?
If you have any drugs, yes.
Yeah, it's very illegal
East.
in Norway, too, just for the record. I did sneak some edibles in when I visited Norway.
Norway's very anti.
Yeah, which is weird. You would think that they would be pro because they're so.
I'm saying they haven't tried it.
Oh, they've tried it.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't do it right.
Well, maybe not, but
They must have been listening to our second episode.
no, that's true.
Again, these are people who you have power that they can do it and the privileged have access and they don't have real repercussions, but it's weaponized against other people.
Right.
It's all about control.
So I think it's very important to point out that even though that Trump is saying it, he wants it to go to Schedule 3, like it's just not a free for all. So people shouldn't be out acting like it because they're still going to have to talk to you if they do. Right?
Yes. Yes. I mean, in lots of places, it's still very much illegal.
So
And they will still arrest you.
Yes.
So for the countries you say it's very illegal, they're very dangerous, and only the rich people have access to it, and the other people's like, don't you dare. Is that because, one, they're hoarding it for themselves, or they know how good it is and they don't want their people to be happy and rise up against them? Is that why they keep it? Because they know it's a secret drug that keeps everybody healthy? That's why they're keeping them down.
Probably.
So disappointing.
Power.
Yeah.
Power and control.
Power.
So what lobby?
How do we get power to the people?
Keep talking.
Well, then how do we get our message that we're talking out to the people?
Got to find the right person.
Oh, all right. Well, we're still working
Somebody
on that.
rich.
All right.
I forgot what I was going to say.
That happens.
So, what lobby do you think is the biggest behind this? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, no one has anything to gain by it being legal unless they're part of it being legal. So big pharma, alcohol, tobacco, right? I mean, look at the alcohol numbers. Young people are not drinking
They're
like
not.
our parents did, and
Yeah.
we did.
Dude, I'm seeing shit on X where losers are like, "Oh, alcohol going away is bad for society and all this shit now." And I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
They only fought for alcohol back then for prohibition because they didn't know about cannabis.
It's true. Well, they knew about cannabis, but
Well, not like
they
do
outlawed
now.
it
Right.
when
Not enough people knew about it.
Who was it? William Hearst? William Randolph Hearst had all the paper mills.
Give me a history test.
I'm serious. I think it's like William Randolph Hearst in the 30s owned all these paper mills, and there was like this thing come out like hemp, the new $1 billion crop or something. And so with him owning all the paper mills, he started posting, anti-cannabis stuff, so people would look down on cannabis, and then that's when they changed it to marijuana, which actually isn't even a word for cannabis. It's like a Mexican wild something. I don't know.
Interesting.
There's a lot of racist undertones in the history of the term marijuana, and after getting rid of slavery and having it be illegal and having it be a native plant that former slaves were using, and then it gave them another excuse, just like vagrancy. What do? You stop slavery, you refuse to hire them, and you make it illegal to not have a job.
True.
Right? So
True.
same kind of thing. And again, throughout history, people in power, most specifically white men,
Yep.
were using cannabis just like they use cocaine, just like
Right.
all of the things, and they have access to it, and it's good for me and not for thee. It's a control thing, and it's absolutely why the big pharma doesn't want us to be able to medicate ourselves. And
Understood. It's money.
alcohol and tobacco have a lot to lose by people having this other means of
They're already fighting the people that are telling you how you're killing yourself, like alcohol and tobacco. They don't want a third option that's even better.
Right. Oh, that's what it was. You talking about slavery and stuff reminded me. The last time you were on, you talked about that, and I would like a black person that is well versed in cannabis,
Making up new
cannabis to come on the show, because I'd like to learn more about that. Like, I have no idea.
That knows the history of cannabis and
Well, like what Sarah's talking about, how it played in with slavery and
maybe we can
some-
find a historian. Well, before
There's a guy in Natchez, Mississippi, and I can't remember his name, but I'm sure if you look it up online, he gives historical tours in Natchez about the plantations and all of that, and he has some excellent resources. So I will look them up and I will send you some. So
maybe he wants to be
but
a
I'm
guest on
sure-
our show.
Yeah, maybe you can get, and I'm sure that there's some professors, right? Some history folks.
I'm going to put Dunk in charge of that, our distant one, to fact check the shit that he's been saying. Dick's been saying, "Hey, Dunk, could you please fact check? Because we don't really have that. We want to be at least somewhat accurate." But his statements, and then, if we can get a authority on the history of cannabis and African American and slavery and whatever, I mean, that'd be awesome.
I'm just a dumb white boy from Iowa.
Exactly.
Like, I have no, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know about that shit.
I
And I
don't
want to
either.
know.
I grew up on a farm in Illinois, and my dad still lives on that farm. Like, he's going to die on that farm. Like, he went away to Southern Illinois to college. He did serve in the Army, but otherwise been on that farm his entire life. It's been now in our family for over 150 years, and I'm not running that farm. But still, there's history here, and he's never left, and he doesn't know and talk to people. And now we have the internet. I'd like to get the history of things and know a little bit more about But the more we share, I guess, the more we come together.
Yeah. So I appreciate that info when you sent it
Yeah.
to me. Thank you very much.
We're always learning on Dick and Dank,
Yeah. Education.
right?
Science.
Science. But man, it was awesome that you decide. What made you decide to rejoin our podcast? I mean, we're the best podcast you've been on ever. I mean, I like that.
Hey, look, I can almost always find an hour to try to talk about something that's important to me.
Awesome.
And so this is something that's important to me. And there are not very many outlets talking about it. So I think that if you guys just keep going, the algorithm and the people will find you.
And
yeah,
that's,
you're
yeah.
probably not going to be making money from it and be able to quit your day job.
Eh.
But if you can at least continue to put it out there and be consistent, I think that it's worth spending an hour. So that's why I read.
Oddly enough, I do more of the work for the show, but he needs more of the money for him to quit his day job to be able to do this. I don't understand it because I don't need as much to do this every day.
She just ruined my day. She just said we're probably not going to get paid for this.
No, we're getting advertiser. You know, first of all, I don't know if you've listened through the credits. We have music by Ernie. Now he is in my support group, but music by Ernie. He got a gig in Iowa City. So if you're in the Iowa City area and you'd like to book Music by Ernie live, an appearance in your event, I think you really should listen. Listen to him on SoundCloud. He's taking today's music and playing on his accordion. He also plays a bagpipe. He's a very accomplished musician.
You'd appreciate that. Didn't you go to LSU or something? Somewhere in Louisiana?
Yeah, she was LSU.
She'd appreciate that kind of music.
So, again, he's my second advertiser, Donnie from The Edge, the #1 dive bar in America. He took cash out of his pocket and paid for a third mic. We put his name on it, Dick for a Day Donnie, right onto the microphone that he paid for it, right out of his pocket, because he wants to see us succeed. He takes it for his neuropathy, and he's been laid up for a while. He's the one that, again, The Edge, #1 dive bar. We're going to have a live stream there because we have 2 cases of bent water, which is weed water, THC, or it's
will be illegal, by the way.
Will be illegal, right? So we're sitting on 2 cases. Literally, the distributor gave them to me for me to give away for this live stream. And then Donnie injures himself. He's been laid up for like over a month now.
Oh, jeez, it's gross.
They took a chunk out of the bottom of his foot, like this big, like all the way to the bone, I think. Yeah, because he couldn't feel the.
Yes.
No. He has neuropathy. He couldn't feel the pain, and he stepped on a hot piece of metal that went through his shoe, through his sock, into his foot.
It was
and
awful.
It was in there for a couple days. Got infected, and they had to dig the whole thing out and then repack it with Atlantic cod fish skin so it could breathe and heal easier from the inside out.
We have like a group that Dank started, and it's a bunch of dads from a local area. And this dickhead sends the picture of his foot to everybody without warning. Like, I'm a former paramedic, and I almost puked. Like, the look on your face right now is exactly how I was like, what are you doing?
Why does this stuff not bother me?
Oh, so gross.
You grew up on a farm. Did you not raise cattle?
Yeah, I know.
We raise cattle.
But it's still gross. Abscesses are always gross.
Yeah, like, I don't watch the video.
I didn't see it. Pussing, I just saw it after. It was kind of healing, and the fish skin, like, staple. I can send you the picture if you like.
No.
But
no.
it's getting better. And then he has to go back and repack it and keep it clean. So, I'm waiting for him to get healed so I can have him tell the story on our show, because I'm sure he will. And 2, I wanted to be healthy so we can do the live stream and give away the bent water to our local fans, and actually, because we don't often show our faces. So you getting to stream with us are the few that actually know what we look like other than our logo. So we're going to do a live stream here locally and kind of a coming out party, if you will, locally. And just make our presence known down there at the Edge as soon as Donnie gets healed. Come on, Donnie.
We should have all our guests meet us for that.
She being one of them.
Yep.
I bet we can get Big Daddy Dan down there.
All right. When we get the date,
You got to listen to that episode. See, that way it's not your voice, but the Big Daddy Dan. You'd like that one, I think. What episode is that? Big Daddy Dan. Oh, yeah, episode 26. He's got when you come stay here, he's got a VRBO in beautiful Savannah, Illinois, overlooking Mississippi River, where it's weed friendly. He doesn't sell you the weed, that's illegal. But there's a little scavenger hunt when you check in, and you can find a little weed pipe so you can smoke your weed in his VRBO.
Cute.
Absolutely.
It's pretty cool. And I don't know if you're into tattoos or not, but he's a tattoo guy, so you can get a tattoo from him while you're there.
I have one very large tattoo, and it's like everyone says once you have one, nope, I have one and I'm done.
And there's of what and where?
It's a large jellyfish on my lower back and onto my leg.
Cool.
It's on my Instagram. If you go back a few years, there's a picture of me
That's
naked
true. There,
in the desert.
I said
You
that
can
you
see
have
it.
some naked photos online, so I suppose we could see it. I didn't look for the
Oh.
tattoo. See, I didn't look that close. I didn't notice the tattoo.
I remember the picture.
Oh, you saw it.
Yeah, 'cause
well,
I
she's
was-
riding the oil rig or something. Yeah.
I didn't know about
Oh,
that.
that's a different one.
Oh, that's a different one. Okay.
I just want to go on record saying I didn't know about those, that you did those type of photos before I reached out to you. So those are all afterwards.
Allegedly.
No, I didn't. I apparently need to look it up more.
I think you should get to know our guests a little bit better.
Apparently, but it did exactly what she wanted to and brought viewing to what she was trying to do.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I understood. I mean, you used your ability, your gifts, your presence, and your name to get the message out to everybody, whatever it took. You know, and I mean, more people should be willing to do that. I feel.
Yeah, I mean, when I posted on Twitter, I think I said something like, "My opponent has millions, but I have different assets."
There you go. Perfect.
like it.
It
I
gets
like it.
attention.
Good for
and the
you.
rich white males, if we want to be specific, I suppose, are looking right at it. But Big Daddy Dan, he has the tattoo parlor on the first floor, 2 floors the VRBO, and then the 4th floor, it wasn't finished yet, but it's got basically a garage door that opens up and overlooks the river. And so we lugged our little mobile podcast equipment all the way up the stairs to the top floor, and we recorded 2 episodes from there.
That was a
Cool.
brutal thing to carry all the way. But it was cool to overlook
But
the river.
he grew Freak Show. Have you ever smoked Freak Show? See, I'd never heard of that strain, but it was Freak Show. It's got these unique leaves that don't look like cannabis, but
It
it's
looked kind of
cannabis.
like a snowflake. They're weird.
Yeah, it was really cool leaves. So he's got them all laid out. You know, he made like a what was it on the floor, a wall print or something. He'd use all those leaves, made a really cool art
Right.
out of it. But then we got to smoke it. I'm like, well, all right, that's pretty cool, and it was good stuff. But then I talked to the guy from the dispensary. He's like, "You got to smoke Freak Show?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "That's pretty rare." I was like, well, I had no idea. I was like, I don't know. He just kept rolling his joints as fast as we could smoke them.
Dude, I asked him about the Rodney King race riots because he said he was in California in the 90s. And he just kind of looked at me like, what the fuck are you talking about? So he starts telling me about this riot that he was in and how he was taping broken pencils in between his knuckles. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. And I'm like, what? He was in prison during Rodney King and still to this day has no idea. Didn't know about it. That was awkward.
I don't remember anything about that.
I do. Because I was like, what? Anyway.
I was still blown away from his assistant. Her brain was too big. It was coming out the back of her head. I forgot the name of the...
Oh, yeah. That's why she smokes weed.
Yeah, that's why she smokes weed. It literally comes out the back of her skull. Her brain was too big. It would not fit in. You got to listen to this stuff. See, you're laughing. It's entertaining. We find the great guests, and you're one of them. Welcome to the Dick and Dank experience.
Oh.
Now I kind of wish there was a live stream video.
I'm glad there's not.
This is the shit we get into.
Hard hitting.
Right.
Informative. We do educate and we entertain. It's the best of both worlds.
Right.
Where else can you find this but other than at dickanddank.com? God, I'm high.
Not high enough.
Not high enough yet. But anyway, we talked to Big Daddy Dan up there, and then we called Just Brian. Called him on Instagram kind of like this, and then Just Brian, I forgot. He was pretty cool dude, too.
Yeah, he was. Was he the guy with the big Sasquatch on his shirt?
I think so. He had a big beard.
Yeah,
and
he was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the trauma translator. Yeah. So, yeah, we've got quite a few fun, interesting trauma translator. He's the one with amputee from the knee down. He's got phantom nerve pain, and he smokes weed every day for his phantom nerve. Now he's running 5Ks, and he's got very motivational Instagram messages and videos every day, doing push-ups and all that stuff. So then we found out a specific strain that he's able to grow that treats his nerve pain. And then we talked to the people that helped create the strain that
Hangfire Genetics.
Yeah, Hangfire Genetics that made the strain. So if we can talk to the kind of people that can do that for everybody, now if Big Pharma's not going to help us or government's not going to help us, we need to get the word out for people to be able to find, because they're shipping the shit online.
Right. that I am not purchasing, by the way.
Well, and look, I think that's the bottom line, right? I think that what everyone needs to get around is we don't care about all this other stuff. Let people grow their own medicine.
Right.
And
Exactly.
keep the government out of our backyards. And so I think if you stick to that one message, that it's going to be effective, and that bottom line, we'll get to the point at least where people will be able to do that. And then if the government weaponizes it against them and arrests them or tries to come and bully them, you have social media and you have the public that's angry enough to say, whoa, this isn't right. And we help each other stand up for each other. I mean, at the bottom line, at the end of the day, I think that should be the goal.
Which is happening. Like all these douchebags on X that talk shit about weed. I don't know. Probably some of my rants have showed up on your timeline, and I apologize about that, but they make me so angry. But anyway, like if you read their replies, it's predominantly people saying, "Are you serious?" Like somebody watched Reefer Madness again. So the public is turning on them. We just have to keep going.
Well, just like I said, people are more interested in cannabis than alcohol now. As far as new people, they're more like, I want to smoke. I'd want weed bars. I want to be able to go and enjoy cannabis somewhere publicly and hang out with friends.
Is that an age thing? Do you guys think? Like the younger
social?
gen? Yeah, well, like we used to be excited when we turned 21. 21 beers for $21 on your 21st birthday, that type of shit or whatever. Is it because the younger kids are like, okay, alcohol sucks, I'm going to smoke weed? Or is it general
I don't think they're
public?
smoking though. I think they want to be. I think they want edibles, and they
Okay.
want They like beverages. They want
Yeah.
like a 5 milligram or a 10 milligram, and I think there's a lot more moderation with the younger folks because hopefully they have maybe some less trauma and less things
Right.
like we've learned over. Like, oh, okay, here's some more healthy ways to deal with stress and anxiety, and hopefully we've done better than our parents did, and they'll do better than we did.
Well, it's like what we grew up. We grew up Nancy Reagan, drugs are bad. Cannabis is drugs, don't do drugs. And now all of our kids are growing up with alcohol on TV, being alcoholism, alcoholics awareness or AA meetings, and just the
Yep.
kind of condition and issues. And then, of course, tobacco's been, again, growing up, it's cool. Everybody cool smokes cigarettes. And now it's like all they've heard is lung
Yuck.
cancer and dying, and it's disgusting. And so it's just the generation that grew up. We grew up, with racist parents,
Right.
and they didn't. So we're changing society. I'm impatient. It takes too long.
We got to be honest. We're all still a little bit racist,
But we're also still.
I mean, we're. No, I'm serious. Like we all got work to do.
maybe not racist,
I don't.
but
I'm just saying that because I don't want to sound like a
I
pompous
guess
prick on here. I know I got work to do.
preconditioned notions at the races because we're unaware.
Yeah. We're way better.
I wouldn't say
and we're
racist. I'm not against. I just may assume because I don't know.
No, I got you.
Yeah. But now I forgot what I was saying.
Which is why I want to get stoned with a black person that can tell me all about
we
their
had
culture.
we had our
and-
listener. He was going to come.
Huh?
The truck driver.
Oh,
Q-Mo-D.
Q. Yeah.
See, Q-Mo-D. I thought he was going to stop by and smoke with
But
us.
he's a truck driver. He doesn't smoke weed
Oh, that's
anymore.
right. He can't smoke weed. Never mind.
But he can drink like a fish.
Yeah.
So
We're going to get a historian anyway. We're
Yeah,
gonna,
yeah.
We're going
So
to
he's gonna-
outsource. We're getting a
Work on
historian. Yeah.
So-
See, connections. We're making
So what else have you
connections.
been up to? Do you want to talk about anything else? Like,
Helping a guy named Hawk Dunlap, who's running for railroad commissioner, try to get elected for the position that I ran for in 2022. So the primary in Texas is March 3rd. We're like 6 weeks out. So I'm on the road doing that right now.
nice.
And then just trying to put bad guys away. First year down being DA, I've learned a lot. And
Ooh, who's the baddest guy you've had to put away?
child molesters.
Child
for you.
molesters. All right.
No
nice.
mercy for those fuckers.
Yeah,
Good
I've
for
heard
you.
they're treated well in prison too.
Yeah.
Treating
And then
deservedly so.
I just indicted a guy who killed his wife
Ooh.
in 2018.
Damn.
That's not
So
cool.
Do I ask how?
No,
he
probably.
shot her.
Ooh, that's cold.
We don't
He
want to
shot her
fuck her.
point blank in the back of the head.
Damn.
We don't. I don't. I don't. I
at
don't
the
want any more.
flowers,
No more.
honey.
No more.
All
I
right,
don't
yeah,
want to be. I don't want to
no,
get
he's
a
an
fucking
EMT.
subpoena. Be
No, he-
like, we need to talk to you because blah blah. No.
Well,
I
he's
don't-
a former EMT, so he probably doesn't want to have flashbacks.
Oh
either.
no, that does. That's fine. But
All right. But
I just don't want to get subpoenaed.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, like, how many railroad commissioners are in Texas?
There's 3.
Okay.
And they don't regulate the railroads. They regulate oil and gas, intrastate pipelines, and surface mining for things like coal.
Okay.
So there's 3 of them. They have 6-year terms. So every 2 years, one is up for election.
Okay.
And I think really it's the most powerful position in the state because they oversee OPEC,
Yep.
was modeled after the Railroad Commission. So they can price fix, they can do all kinds of stuff. They haven't used that power in a while, but they have a lot of power in the state of Texas.
How close is the show Landman to truth?
They take a lot of liberties,
I'm sure.
but it's entertaining. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And I like that it's raising awareness of the general public of more of what it takes.
Right.
As far as that goes, the cartel stuff's actually kind of accurate.
I wondered.
And definitely some of the one-liners, Billy Bob's, or when he goes off in his soliloquies about the realities of consumption and the president and supply and demand.
All that
and
stuff's probably accurate.
all of that's pretty
Yeah.
spot on. So.
Yeah. I mean, he's a pretty good actor in general, but he's perfect for that role. Looks a little thin, but
Now I got to watch it.
It's based on a guy named Christian Wallace, who's an author, a writer here in Texas. He grew up out there. And so when it's based on what Christian Wallace is saying, it's very accurate. But some of the other storylines,
well,
they need to learn how to hold a wrench.
Well, there you go.
Oh, my boy watches that. I'm surprised that he does if it's that bad with that shit.
It does seem like that's the kind of wife somebody like that would have, though.
Yeah, no, totally. And look, just like Grey's Anatomy for doctors or Ally McBeal for lawyers, right? I mean, it's drama.
Do we need to find a podcaster show that we can watch?
We'll
make
Is
our
there
own.
one? I'm sure there's
We'll
one.
make our own. We'll be the first. I'm
Only
sure there
Murders in
is.
the Building. Only Murders in the Building.
That's a podcaster.
Well, they do a podcast about the murders in the building.
Sounds about right.
It's got Martin Short and
Yeah,
who's the other
I've
old
seen
guy?
episode Steve Martin.
Steve Martin and
Yeah,
who's
and
the
Selena
chick?
Gomez.
Yeah.
See, I know more, and I don't even watch his show.
My wife made me watch it, and it's actually doesn't suck. Don't tell her that.
Actually, we started, and then my wife thought it sucked, so we stopped watching it.
Oh,
I just watch whatever she wants to watch.
it's safer that way.
It is. It's easier. So we're getting high with Pi-Fi. Now, I wondered if, since you're going to help us promote the show, having a radio background, I'm trying to make promos. You ever been on a radio show before?
Mm-hmm.
They make you say, hey, I only listen to, I'm Sarah Stogner, and I listen to 107 point whatever. But what if we can make like a little tagline from you that I listen to Dick and Dank, or they're the best, whatever you want to say. I don't want to put words in your mouth. But, I'm stronger, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
You do what you.
No pressure.
No
No
pressure.
pressure.
I mean, you can think about it, whatever, but.
Yeah, no. Hey, so I can say, this is Sarah Stogner, and you should definitely check out and listen to Dick and Dank.
There you go.
Because we're all stronger with Stogner.
We are all.
Oh, I forgot to send you a hat.
You
Yeah, you
son
did.
of a.
I'm sorry. I'll send you a hat and a
And
sticker.
stickers.
Yeah,
More than one. You made her wait.
I did. I'm sorry.
Was she going to send you one of her
Yeah.
GFY hats?
Yeah, but as soon as I send mine, which is fair.
That makes fair. All right.
Yeah, or just send me your address, and I'll stick some in the mail.
That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
I'll even. I think I found. I just moved, so I was cleaning up and organizing on all of that, and I found some of the stickers I made for when I was going to have my own hemp company called Green Hemptress,
Nice.
and so I'll send you one of. I think I've got a few. I'll send y'all one of my stickers
We appreciate that.
Right on.
for my non-existent brand.
Non-existent. Now,
The-
it said small business owner. So what business do you own?
So it's a company called Zombie Wells.
Okay.
And it's right now it's just doing consulting work with other people that I work with because I'm a full-time DA. But
So what's your intent with that? Like, what do you consult on? Or maybe you don't want to talk about that here. That's fair.
no, it's fine. I just don't know if people are interested about leaking oil and gas wells.
Okay. That's important.
Yeah.
People
So,
should listen
yeah.
and should know about that.
Absolutely. Again, well, because we talked about it on the last episode, which I did re-listen to, but that's why you lost all the grass for grazing for the cattle because the oil's leaking and then they couldn't grow the grass and the cattle. It's
Right.
a whole thing. Is that why Montana took over cattle production, or is Texas still leading?
Oh, I don't know. Texas is fucking huge. There's a lot of cows in Texas.
There's a lot of oil in Texas that's killing the grass.
Well, that's true.
I don't know.
More
Do a
it's
study.
The water. We have plenty of grass. It's just we don't
The
have
water.
access to good water. So the water gets contaminated, and then you have to ship in water, and you can't afford. It's already hard enough to break even with cows if you're doing a cow calf operation when you have free water. But when you don't have free water, it basically makes it impossible.
Yeah, everybody in ag thinks it's so easy to make money with cattle right now, but which
The
it's
price
easy,
of meat is high right now. so-
right? But like she's talking about, you got to ship that shit in. You got to ship your corn in. You got to
Right.
ship. You know, what I mean, it ain't.
And now there's tariffs.
Now there's
And
tariffs.
and in Texas, for example, what we do is they have cow calf operation, and they don't fatten them up because it's cheaper to ship the cows to where the corn is than it is to ship the corn to where the cows are.
Fair
Yep.
enough.
So
They-
when you're finishing, they're doing the traditional finishing of cows. They're shipping them to feedlots further away.
I
in
guarantee
the
you there's a
Midwest.
line that's coming right down the river on these
Mm-hmm.
the barges that come down all day. They probably got all the way down Mississippi, and then they got to truck them all over to Texas.
That's all going across the pond.
Think so?
Yeah, that's going to China and all those places. So
They go by all the time.
that's true.
Not right now. River's a little cold.
It is. a little cold.
I can literally see the river out our window. So we have also recorded a couple episodes on our dank ass boat.
Your dank ass boat.
My dank ass boat. I call ours because we recorded on it. Which one was that?
Well, then maybe that's what you need to start doing. Maybe you need to just start doing TikTok shorts and 30 seconds to 90 seconds and doing it daily or every other day and posting some thought but the key is to have a consistent look, right? Like you need the same hat, the same background.
Well, so
something
we
where
weren't using
people
our
see you.
image, so then I got to take the time to use. We've been I've made Bitmojis. I take AI and they take the logos, the faces from our logo, and turn them into Bitmojis. And then I made a couple little commercials and stuff. So Dunk's been putting that on our social media, but I don't do that
I
often
see
because
what-
we don't get paid to do it often.
I
enough.
see where you're going with this. So
But
Sarah.
yeah.
But
I'm with you.
people need to see you because they need to feel like they know who you are, and they want to feel like they are developing a relationship with you. Even though it's not a real relationship, it's a unilateral relationship. But they have to see your face and they have to hear you, and then they'll connect with you.
I got a face for radio.
I
though.
no longer like you. He keeps looking at me because he's been telling me this shit ever since we started, and
like,
I'm
are
like,
you
I
ready?
can't go on. My
You
wife-
ready for people to
No.
see your face?
Go look at Hawk Dunlap on TikTok. He's got 123,000 followers, and that's what he did. He just started talking.
All right, maybe I'll get a fancy mask made. I'm not one of those people. Like if we do get famous,
There we go. Now you can get a better look at him.
no, it's not that I think I'm ugly or anything. It's that I'm not good with. I don't know. I don't like
It's
attention.
uncomfortable, but it's fine. If it was comfortable, everyone would do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I can't say I'm comfortable. I'm just better at not thinking about it. I just do it.
That's fair.
I'm a
And then
doer.
just don't go watch it because it pains. Like that's why I don't watch or listen to my stuff. I'm like, ugh.
And I only listen because I have to.
Yeah, I don't want to hear.
Yeah,
I don't.
edit it, record it, edit it,
And then
get
boom.
it, and just make them short and sweet, and make them consistent, and pair it to some funny music or whatever. And
Well, all right.
just start doing it.
Here's what it is. We're a gradual process. We've started now 2 years ago now.
Will be.
We'll be almost 2 years. So yeah, April 420 will be 2 years from when we started recording episodes. And we started very modest in upstairs office. We've moved all the way down to the garage, but made the mobile podcast. We've recorded episodes on the boat. We've recorded down at the edge. We did a live stream up at the dispensary in Fulton. We've recorded in the facility where
The
they
grow
at
facility.
the grow facility.
Not grow
where-
facility, but the grow shop.
Yeah, where he buys all supplies and his dirt and stuff. So we recorded in there and talked to some growers. We went up to the tattoo parlor. Like, we're a mobile podcast. So we're trying to raise money, to help spread the word. So we're trying to work our way into things like we want to get a sesh bus. So where I can just put the studio in a bus where people can smoke weed in the bus. And as long as we're on private property, it's legal. So then that way, one, I don't have to move the equipment so much. It's in the bus. But two, then we can literally record anybody's driveway or whatever, record episodes, mobile podcast studio. But we're also trying to get a studio in a building, which the plumber moved out.
Might happen.
It might happen. So we might get an actual
If we got that cess
studio.
bus, I'd like to go from state to state doing it. We could crisscross through Texas. We could do a live with Sarah, and then
And that's
on
the
to our
kind of
next
things.
one.
If we could get money to do this full time, then we could do things like travel, talk to people, go to their state, wherever, you know.
Do you know Jerry Jones since he's in Texas?
You guys are neighbors? Right down
I'm
the
just
street.
kidding.
Man. Anyway, so we're trying to, we added the donate button with something new because Music by Ernie said, you know, I just want to give you money. And it's like, so he sent me a check. And it's like, well, I'm looking for advertisers. So that's why we made the advertising for it. I'd like to think that's why he's getting gigs, because people in Iowa City listen to us.
Yeah.
And they heard his ad.
It is
Music by
pretty
Ernie.
liberal in Iowa City.
Yeah. So maybe that's why he's getting, I'm going to say, Ernie, if you're listening, which I know you are, that's why you got that gig, is because your ads that have been running on our show. Anyway, if you'd like to advertise, please email dank@dickanddank.com.
Do you have anything else you want to share with us, Sarah?
Oh, good.
All right.
I can't be right. I try and keep
And
them
none
to about
of
an
it
hour.
recorded, right?
Right, none of it recorded. No, I try and even out the audio and make it sound good.
We haven't
polish
had
it up.
that happen yet.
But you didn't listen. Man, you should have really listened to the last episode. I could have edited out every single word and made you say, gosh knows what. I wouldn't do that, by the way. But you should probably anytime somebody records you, you should probably re-listen at least once to kind of see how it came out. I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. The law east and west of the Pecos. Do you want to talk about you're just the law? Don't cross you.
I'm a prosecutor. I prosecute all the felonies in Ward, Reeves, and Loving counties.
Do you wear a cowboy hat and spurs when you walk in?
No.
Well, that's bullshit.
I wear I have cowboy boots, but I don't wear a hat.
If I ever get arrested and I am on trial in your county or jurisdiction, please wear a hat and spurs. Make me feel like I get the full Texas full arm extent of the law.
If you're ever arrested for a felony in my jurisdiction, I will be recusing myself because I would
shit.
have too much affection and I would not be able to fairly prosecute it.
Oh, snap.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
But we're going to recruit her to be our defense attorney.
And we can't do that.
She can be our defense attorney.
No, I don't think she can.
Now,
No, can't even.
I don't think it works like that.
I can give you the name of some.
Perfect. All
All
right.
right. But most likely we're going to get into trouble in Illinois or Iowa. So what kind of help could you provide up here?
Absolutely none.
All right. That's
Moral
unfortunate.
support.
All right.
Moral
Moral
support.
support. Yeah. From Texas, applauding and cheering and hoping, but from a distance.
I'll post on TikTok about the persecution. How about that?
No,
Perfect.
All
I'll
right.
take it.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, I feel like you came back, so we're becoming friends, you know. So now we're going to have to do this a third time. You could be Donnie's. Anybody been a third time other than Donnie?
No.
Maybe Joe.
Guess we're going to have to get stronger with Stogner.
Absolutely. Always strong with
Anytime.
Stogner. Yeah. Well, thank you for joining us on Dope Discussions with Dick and Dank. You can listen on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and SoundCloud, where you can also download our theme song. You did enjoy it, right? I think you did. Yeah, see? Visit our website to subscribe and receive our exclusive newsletter from our vertically challenged distant assistant, Dunk. Follow us on Facebook, Blue Sky, and X, and connect with us most actively on Instagram at DopeDiscussions_Dick and Mr. Dank5. For advertising inquiries or mailbag questions, email dank@dickanddank.com. We appreciate your support. Stay informed, stay inspired, and keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay dope, stay dank, and never stop discussing.
Yeah, here we go. Good night.
Talking things and important facts, like what's next, give me gas. There's a place that you wanna go. The clientele is really slow. dickanddank.com, oh yeah. dickanddank.com, alright. dickanddank.com. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. dickanddank.com. dickanddank.com.
I think I'm officially a little dumber after listening to that. I was actually thinking that as soon as you said that. Perfect.
Good times. How good did that feel? Honestly. Looking for fresh beats and smooth vibes? Check out Music by Ernie, streaming now on SoundCloud. Whether you're chilling, driving, or turning up the volume, Ernie's got the soundtrack for your moment. Don't miss out. Search Music by Ernie today, only on SoundCloud.